Hello and happy weekend, my friends. Habits here. Glad you are too. New first time, many time viewers. I appreciate y'all. Thanks for coming by. Hope your weekend or week or whatever you're doing is going awesome. Let's kick this off. We've got a brand new adventure to be had as a part of our giant adventure, right? That's one of the beauties of Minecraft. You do little things along the way that build up into big, awesome things. And our prep work is now complete. We have set up, we have pretty much everything we need stored away in the ender chest. The one thing I do want to do is just top off our steaks here while we're at it. And we're good. Let's go. No time to waste because those of you guys who have been following along know we are starting a great hunt today. And we'll see how long it goes. You know, that's one of the beautiful things about non-linear games, that there is no guarantee or set amount of time. You're not going to catch me, and I'm gonna be gone. Um, yeah, they just let us play whatever we're ready to do on a given day. Oh, did I? Yeah, I did put those other arrows away, so that's good. It's a good lucky first shot, right? Starting off good. Hey, you should run. Oh, jinxed it. And I gave a little thought. Well, I think I was in bed. I woke up so early again. I don't know what the deal is, but more so this time than in recent years past, I've been feeling the time change. Um, haven't haven't really been going straight to bed early. In fact, a few nights I've really intentionally stayed up later and forced myself to kind of extend out the nighttime hours in hopes of getting up. Uh, Real quick here, this is our spawn for folks who haven't seen it. So where we started the game, our base, as you may know from where we just came, is pretty much way back that way. Excuse me, that was a totally stifled yawn. I just closed, like I throw an extra blind. I have the, kind of slatted blinds. I don't have big drapes or anything installed because I'm too much of a guy to do all that. But I hang like a blanket, a couch blanket, throw blanket kind of deal from the edge of those slatted blinds to give me some extra darkness when it's bright. And it's like variable sunny, cloudy today. Anyway, the sudden darkness I think is making me yawn. Or excuse me, to be continued on the story. And don't worry, I got coffee here. Anyway, for folks that didn't see the beginning of the episode, check it out. It's awesome. But we kind of wandered around looking for access to the ocean and meandered our way to get out and then boated along the coastline that way. We haven't done much out in this direction that I can recall. So we're going to kind of go um, south as we're heading here. Let's pull this up. Um, or east. What? Oh, this has me totally. So we want to go this way. I didn't know that this was angled the opposite way. All right. Well, south is the way that I want to go. I want to kind of go out and then kind of come back in this way. We've got these coordinates for spawn jotted down. So without further chat time until we're up and flying, we'll get going. Now, on this flight, a little different than some of our just huge distance, where we're not looking particularly for, a mansion or a fortress or a village or anything like that. Although Now that I think about it, maybe if we see villages like this one, we should stop and we'll get fish out so we can keep working on our cats. This is just wasn't planned, but it's a good way to knock out a few more if we can. It will slow us up, but I don't. This may span over a few episodes, depending on how long our wings last and how lucky we get. So we want fish at the ready, and then we'll still switch out our load. You know what? While we're here, we're not gathering anything, so let's just get extra rockets so we don't have to reset as much. And we can keep that one at least. We'll have to get those back out, but not a big deal. Okay, do we see any kitty cats? Don't think that the village chests or anything themselves have much to offer us. We could take some hay if we wanted to, but I'm not particularly worried. I think that's one of the statistics that we still hadn't ever done. So now we've clanged a bell. There's also all these. We haven't interacted with a lot of these things. Now, I don't know if that counts as an interaction. Let's, cauldron we had done, right? But is there anything inside? No, it's just more cauldron. Ooh, take that. Because we've used up a few. Just when I say, oh, okay, hang on. I know. This is what happens when you add stuff in. I'm updating the list. I won't bother, but I did just mark fox. I had never done that. Cats. We need still black, British short hair, which the description is silver with yellow eyes, calico, orange, white, dark brown with yellow and blue eyes. That's the one that's kind of like a light base with big blotches of orange and dark brown color in it. Siamese, white, and pale brown with blue eyes, and of course they're the head and kind of the tail are distinctive from a fairly light cat, and then a white cat, which is just white with light blue and yellow eyes. So black British short hair, or black, silver, calico, Siamese, and white. Those are the ones. Black, calico, silver, Siamese, white. Let's try to remember it that way. Black, calico, silver. All right, 5. All right. Try to remember those, but what that really means is that that cat was no good for us. One thing that we can also watch out for on our flight are witch huts in swamps to see if we can get a black cat that way. Not seeing many. We're gonna do these kind of quickly, and I don't like keeping the deal up, but it is pretty easy to get turned around. As guess what? I just got turned around. That was an extra chance, cats. Just so you know, could have. Excuse me. It has been so windy. So let's rock it back up. And I guess I thought that was a house. Remember that fake out village I had between the jungle and our town when we were first getting started? Of course, now we're gonna get a little laggy. Probably should have done a full reboot right before starting, so there's nothing in the background. It's kind of one of those where I find when when Windows is going, it's a good thing to do, right? Because you don't have legacy cache anything set up or still allocated from past applications. But there's two reasons why I certainly didn't do it today and don't do it regularly, even though it's a laptop. The first is as many of you folks know, Java has an allocation of memory, and you can see on mine. Where is the full allocation? Is it the Java 1664-bit? I don't know. Somewhere on the screen you can see how much is allocated. And I don't know what the 46% or anything means. I think that's 46% of the available, maybe. I don't know. You guys probably know better than I do. Hey, here's ice spikes. I don't know that we had seen ice spikes yet. We got the one frozen tundra where we found our stray for monsters hunted. Kind of perilous to be flying in, honestly. But I don't want to go too far above. That's a cool biome. And in fact, let's get a screenshot of that so I can note the coordinates later. And let's see how far we can run this out. There's a barbarian deal. Barbarian. I guess I kind of always think of them as barbarians. They're not technically, but all right. Get a little sleep. Get coffee. Lucky me. So as I was saying, and the reason for I think some of the yawning and all that, time change was last weekend. So we're about a week in, and normally I've done a lot of travel with multiple times, going over to Europe and stuff like that. I'm used to resetting the body clock, and the best way I think a lot of people agree is, especially if you're traveling east, which is effectively that falling back, is to just fight through it. And for myself, that it's usually an overnight type flight to get east, and then once you're there, it's great that I blasted through all those rockets to get up here. I wish there was a better landmark. So I guess that's the landmark for north, and we go opposite that to get out of here. I am going to ditch that until we are done here. So if you do that, fly overnight and get in early in the morning, then the best thing you can do to reset your clock internally is just to force yourself to stay up for the long, long deal. And for me, that really feels like a massive undertaking because I don't sleep well on planes. I'll maybe like nod off a few times and get like, we have an orange, right? We just got that one. Oh, that's a new one though. It's a silver. So I think that's the British short hair. We'll see how lucky we can get here. One thing I've never ever tried. Ooh, he's just gonna come right in. Oh, first try. All right. Let's hold that. Silver with yellow eyes. I think that fits the bill, right? British short hair off the list. We got 4 more cats to go. Maybe we'll get a bonus here. All right. I don't know if we will ever see you again. If we will ever see you again, but I'm going to give you the best chance in letting you try to teleport wherever we go, and we'll see what that ends up doing for you, pal. Siamese. It's the best cat town around. And this is usually the part of this advancement that goes really fast, right? Um, if we're really lucky, we'll get all but the black and then can just hit huts, just go searching for swamps on the wings. Oh, there's two of them. Are you kidding me? Well, this should be the easiest thing ever. And it's snowy, so there's less of the grass to block your fish offer. There we go. Come on. Don't sit right there. Maybe I should. Let's do. What am I trying to do? This. And then maybe what we'll. I don't know that we're ever going to rescue these guys, right? But I don't know. This feels like. Oh, stop giving the extra fish. All right, so we've got two of what had been five to start. This is crazy. Siamese. Boom. Done. Black, calico we'd love, and white would be awesome. But I think we have pushed our luck here quite well enough. Cats, may our paths cross again. All right. Ocean, desert. This could be temples, and we will check those as we go for enchanted golden apples, because we're down to one. Have been since the beginning of the game. Here's another village. With a temple. Have we already been here? I don't think we would have, but let's check cats first. Okay, let's get this out of the way. Temple is actually south of the village. That's a good landmark. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. He's waiting. I don't want to scare him. Or her. Yeah. There we go. Sit easy. Boom. We'll just note it right now. No confusion like we've been doing. Well, this is easy. This is the good way to do it. It's why I didn't rush into it until we had a couple of sets of wings and we're doing other flying stuff. But then once you have enough rockets, it's like, psh, see a village, drop in, see what you get. So now, the only two we've got left, Calico and Black. And we'll certainly take a black cat if we can get it. And fortunately, the calico is really distinctive. So, looking out across, if you see a cat moving, it's kind of like having the red, which is the orange cat. Oh, there's one up inside there. Didn't look. It looked too kind of tannish to be a calico. Wait, went out the window. Saddles? Just good looks around. Alright, we know the drill here. We will have to get out a blue shulker now that we're in the templing business. Something I hadn't really counted on at all. Seems like it's funny. At the beginning, you don't ever worry about that, but remember, or don't. I don't think anybody has probably seen my very first video. It's long, if you're considering it's out there on YouTube. Um, but yeah, I was just kind of like, oh, it seems like a good deal, and I'd like to stream eventually, but to get started, why don't I do some YouTubing, right? And that seems like a bad idea. Don't hit TNT with rockets, even though that's not a thing in the game, guys. Don't worry. It just seems like one of those common sense deals. Okay, come on. We've been very lucky today already. You know what? Oh, not putting things into that. We're putting things into here. And I think we should probably be kind of smart. So let's do all of the obvious things that we're going to get, and then let's do the kind of one-offs so that we can keep a box of filling stacks, the blues. TNT, pressure plates, we'll be getting all those. Any of that building type stuff, right? And then here, saddles, emeralds. This chest shouldn't fill quite as fast, and we'll get more opportunity to... Oh, that was kind of dumb. Loaded up with various goodies. And if there's some things that we just flat out don't want, we can always leave a chest, right? Okay, sand is good. Let's put one of them there so we can get out. Take the chests. Didn't feel particularly fast, but we were getting set up for the first time. So there. Done. And then here, boom, boom, boom. And we're back to our loadout. So now, if we find more temples, if we're lucky enough, we'll use kind of the blue for the building blocks, and we'll use the magenta for... Oh man, I didn't... At least I have my totem in my hand. I didn't even really think about the fact that I'm only wearing my wings. Speaking of which, I don't know how we are in the day, but... Yeah, let's do that. It may still be a little bit hot coming upstairs, depending on how much of the night we spent. We were fairly quick, and I don't think it was just sunset while we were coming down, but we'll just try to get clear. And we did mark it. All right, I think we did fine on cats there. Cat. And let's check out more of this desert. And we'll be opportunistic as we can here. Clearly, it's kind of how it makes biome hunting worthwhile, right? You don't just look for the biome; you look for the goodies along the way. Okay. Oh, it started off awesome. Oh, my favorite biome, which we've got some close to us, so not too worried about that. I don't know. Clouds aren't bothering me nearly as much as they used to. I kind of like having this pop up above. It keeps you kind of aware of height, and certainly clouds are not higher than some mountains by any means. Oh, this is cool. Reminds me a lot of the mesa we found in Slow Cooker. The water, separated out little islands of mesa. This just keeps on going. It's cool. Island. It's one thing we don't have as much of a. I would call what we're on a sea, right? We have some ability to just boat into the distance. Um, Wings are still doing well. But, wide open ocean like this, that's more what we found for a drowned farm area. And I think that's connected. I mean, I think technically we could take a boat that whole way. We'd have to wind around some land masses, but it is nice to be at the point of the game where you don't have to depend on water for fast transit. You get the wings. And we've got a couple dragons worth of tiers. We'd like to do more in the end. Um, Keep searching for end cities and shulkers and more wings. The fact that we don't even have a full ender chest of shulkers, as you guys can see, I need some spares. Likely enough to lose track of them. And one thing, go up. I've totally lost track of which way we've been going. Hopefully this won't be a complete backtrack to the ocean, which it looks like it might be. We'd said we wanted to kind of head southwest anyway. I guess the ocean is good. Usually, not necessarily hard and fast, but Mooshrooms will typically be an island. That's why just we're looking for Mooshroom Islands. So obviously, having an ocean area is a good step in the right direction there. Um, but they can be like a peninsula. They can have some connection to other biomes of land. I don't think I've ever found one that's been completely landlocked. That I don't know if there's a requirement when worlds are generating that they have some contact with land, shoreline, any of that. It's all just a beach, big beach. Back to more ocean. Ocean is always nice to explore because even if you see a mountain just starting to flare up in front of you, you can always duck and dive. It offers soft landings. But again, now I've totally lost my sense of direction. Is this a new desert? Is this the one we were just at? No idea. I expect it's. See any cats? I'm not that expert of a flyer, so. Wait, did that one have a collar on it? Is this really the same cat? Oh, are my cats jumping? Maybe that's. Oh, wow. Really? Just get. I won't eat it, but I will save it. Because it might be tough for us to get raw rabbit. So that's what's going to happen is our cats are now going to teleport to us, which is good because that means they're sticking with us. They're staying alive. Um, I don't know how that would necessarily affect the local cats, though. Are they more or less likely to be more cats? Don't know. So now, do I try to get back to the ocean and cover more ocean, or do I keep... My takeoffs had been so efficient without burning through tons of rockets. I guess I was due. Might get lucky for another... I don't think I'm going to stop for those. Maybe if I see like multiple big... Whoa. Multiple big... Oh, there's a swamp. So we can look for witches' huts. What? Multiple big. What was I talking about? No idea. This is kind of a narrow swamp. I was walking that ribbon of swampy. Birch. Mercifully, not too much of that right around us. I think it's one of those biomes that people are most easily inspired to move on from. If that's a good way of putting it. A positive way, right? We're not trying to be mean to the birch trees, but they're beautiful. It just there isn't a lot that offers itself out of that biome, and maybe that's maybe that's something that they'll come take a look at some point in the future. Just give it a mini update. But I think it is no shock. I've said this many times. I think it's kind of nice to have some biomes that are a little trash, to say it lightly. Like the birch. I've made homes in the birch. I've had starts there. I've dealt with them and made the best of it. But they are challenging. There's not some of the biome specific advantages out of birch. You don't get any apples early on to start. I think they do have the full complement of cows, chickens, and pigs, so you get that, but you don't get any of the bonus mobs, if that can apply. Come on. Our one witch's hut, I think we've only seen one. Maybe misremembering, but it didn't have a cat. There's no guarantee that you have a black cat. They may all start with one, but the cats may wander off, I think, is kind of the deal. Don't quote me on that. That's just my impression. Having at times seen black cats in swamps or on the edges of those biomes, and then later found the huts. You know, I'm sure a part of it, if that is the case, a part of it is how long you're in the vicinity before you actually go check the hut, right? If you've just generated that terrain and there is a cat for every hut, my guess is if they haven't had a lot of time to wander off, I'm going to fight my instinct to go check out that plains because island. And this is just one of those things I know, and I'm not hating. Tease me. That's a lot of lava, no gold. A lot of streamers and various hardcore world players will go in and do the terrain mappers, and I don't mind, if you want to start in a particular biome, especially, if you're playing survival, hardcore, whatever, but you have a particular build in mind and you're going to want this kind of a biome, by all means. I like rolling the dice and not knowing. And this is a reason why. You don't know that there's a Mooshroom Island off to the west. And we very likely have passed a bunch of them that are much closer, but by keeping the guesswork in, you extend that long-term playability of the game. Do we technically need the gold block? I don't know, but it's there. What other goodies? I don't think those can have enchanted golden apples. Oh, what was that? If that helmet had been really something special, we might have. Grabbed it. He's not. I didn't see anything on the ground, and we're frankly better off being in the air. Alright, who sees a hut? Oh, big old swamp. So I guess along the way I was talking the sleep reset. Oh, there it is. And I have, obviously, you can probably tell by my ramblingness, I've been struggling. Not so much, it's easy enough for me to go to sleep. Never been an issue. Um, yeah, that's why I switched, friend. Because I don't want you to get me. Why don't you come on out and say that, laugher? Okay, there's him done. Her, him. Now, I think I heard a meow. Did you guys hear a meow? Am I imagining that? Oh, those could have been my cats again. Darn it. Here, kitty, 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 kitty. Last thing I want to do is see, but I don't know if those are our cats. Come on. Darn it. I'm going to take the little flower pot, and I know we can. How much clay have we harvested? We can make our own. Is there a kitty stuck in the tree? There it is. Shh. Okay, let's, nobody panic. Don't eat all the fish food. Fish food? I guess technically that's right. I do have to say, I've long chronicled how my body's betrayal of allergies make cats a little tough for me. Uh, but of the cats I've lived with and had friends that have had cats, some of my absolute favorite have been black cats. I know some people have the whole "it's a black cat, what are you doing" kind of deal, but I just randomly, I'm sure that their personalities have been so great. Okay, we are getting a little bit low on elytra, but we will go for the full duration, right? Grab 2 of those. Let's do our swap out here. And this is where do we fill the random chest with completely random stuff? Because it's pretty random, right? Not that, though. All right, everything else we want or need. And as you can see, our other friends not with us at the moment. Take a quick look to make sure we're going the right way. And then, oh, I was going to check the time. Next up. All right, well, that's awesome. So now we don't have to worry about swamps as much anymore. Is it a gravelly mountain? Did you see it falling? I kind of turned away as I was catching it, but I think that was gravel, and it looked like it was all settling as I kind of saw it. It was like, okay. Mansions, of course. The one time that's ever happened where we just got lucky and found it was cool. Obviously, if we do that, everything else gets put on hold and we go do the mansion. What did I just say about not needing more swamp game? Alright, sun's going down, so we'll head out into the open ocean. Be nice if we could get a little bit of islandy action. I don't know. I mean, I guess it'll be close enough to right. And this gives me a chance to check the time. 45 minutes. We've done awesome. Considering that I wasn't planning at all on looking for cats, really. It just kind of was like, oh, we can do that at the same time. It's been our big accomplishment. There we go. Rockets up. Now, one of the things you can do if you, and what we may do a little bit on the way back, is I don't know what the exact like max mountain height is. I'm sure it's on the tips of most of your tongues because with that looks, is that an active village or an abandoned? It is an active. Kind of looks run down. Sorry, it's the truth. I was still flying there. Should have the fish in hand just in case. So this is finding that black cat was a little unfortunate because now we do have a dependency. I will do you guys the favor. I know it's kind of a drop in the bucket, but that's 4 pieces of obsidian we don't have to mine. Yeah, now we're stuck with 1 cat left and needing RNG. And that becomes a little more difficult. What's up, pretty horsey? I wish you were closer to home. I'd take you and put you in my barn. All of you horsies. Or at least if you were fast enough, I'd put you in the barn. But you'd get, lots of other horses and hay bales and all kinds of good stuff to hang out with. I don't see any cats in this town. No cats at all. Chickens. I like cats. Alright, well, that was a fun little detour. Is this still the way we're going? Yes. Payback. Thanks, game. Start me with one that barely gets us off the ground, and then use a dozen to finish this out. Horses. Space horses. Lots of cave action down under those mountains, which, is pretty assured. We'll keep this, should be west that we're kind of veering over towards. Now we're north, northwest, back through west. Oh no, it was just beach through the cloud. Man. Now, I don't know if any of you wise folks in the comment know or want to share. Are there particular kinds of flight activities that increase the wear on the wings, right? Like I know I've paid a lot more attention over the years to speed and what's the optimal kind of on long flights. What's the kind of the optimal angle to sit at where your rockets will keep you moving forward at a fast clip, but you're not just nosediving, right? All that kind of stuff. Wing durability really won't be a big deal once we get more and more sets. But only having two and being near the end of this one, I kind of wonder, and then never really bothered to figure out. But our turns hard on the wings, is diving or going faster, is climbing. Do they take more wear anytime the rockets are shooting? No idea. But if anybody does know or knows of a good resource, be cool. Point me in a direction. Game, this is the kind of time where you leave us on a cliffhanger, right? It's a cool overturned boat, and no arbitrary rule. Different day, different attitude. I would have stopped at every shipwreck too, but this time with the cats to look for and villages to check, temples. Obviously, they always get a look because the appeal of the enchanted golden apple is huge. Still hanging on there, wingies. Give us a glimpse. So I know I teased it, and we won't really do it in this episode, but what I was talking about earlier is you can kind of biome check with the debug screen by flying. Is it here? We can do a quick look. So check the biome Minecraft, and then it goes away, right? And it goes away at about 250. We'll drop down here more slowly so you guys can see. So check the Y in the top of the second paragraph. It's going down into the 250s, and then right there, Swamp Hill shows back up. So if you keep your flight between about 250 and 200, you can be pretty safe from clipping mountains at this point until 118, and still have the biomes loading, so you can kind of just watch for anything to show up. So we kind of went around those big mountains, just looking for the water. This was some of that more tropical ocean. And I'm just kind of using up these wings. I think it's going to run nicely for the end of the episode, and it'll be a 2-episode trip. And looks like we'll maybe start with some desert nearby. But this seems to be opening back up again. I love the world opening up around and being uncertain of what the terrain is. I think that is so great. For me, Civ, I think it was Civ 2 was the first one I ever really played. And that whole fog of war, cloud of uncertainty kind of thing for terrain. That was the first real taste I got of well done. Okay, we are coming in. Let's go to the beach. Now, if you end up in a situation where your wings do fail or completely wear down, they won't break. As far as I know, I'm too paranoid to try. If we get a whole bunch, we'll just burn one out at some point over the ocean. Um, I think that they just lose their ability to fly and kind of show like a broken, and you can still repair them. You just they won't use you, and they will drop you. There's no gliding or safe parachute return to Earth. If you use them all up, they're gone, and that can be a good way to lose worlds. So, word of caution. But I think 56. That was perfect. So I think that's going to wrap us up. What an awesome episode, right? Let's just go ahead and save it out here. And scientific, as I thank you, I think we'll go ahead and let's pull this back up again. Why aren't we? There we go. I don't know. I haven't really gone back to look to see how these show up, but let's go a little bit bigger for you guys, and then I'm going to look at it myself. So, cats, we did really well. We haven't finished updating this, but we are now down to a single cat left. We'll check that. Oh, I closed out the game. We'll check that when we come back just to make sure that our numbers line up, but we should just have one remaining on the cats. As advertised, kind of the opposite here. These are the only two biomes we have left, and we're looking for that to get the mushroom. We'd really like them a lot closer so we can get some mushrooms back to our farm. But we'll just see how it plays out, and it can be an Operation Airlift, or it could be a reason to build up a different base somewhere else. We've certainly done that before as well, or I have. So we shall see. Wait. Yeah. I was so busy with the fox, I didn't even pay attention. But that's going to do it. I am going to turn this off so that it doesn't creep into another episode or anything like that. And I will replace it with the thank you. Because I do. You guys are awesome. Thanks so much for coming and hanging out. Hope you enjoyed our flying with Habage Airlines. Hope you're adjusting better to the daylight savings time change than I am. As I was trying to say a few times, I just keep waking up earlier and earlier in the morning. It was like 4 a.m. and I was like, I'm not. Even if I got back to sleep now, I'd be, worse off for it because then I'd wake up from a deep sleep when I did get up. So, been getting up bright and early despite trying to stay up. So, kind of burning the candle at both ends, right? Without a good reason. So, we'll see how that plays out, but it should be entertaining for all of you guys. Take care. Check out Twitter. Subscribe in YouTube to stay current on all the latest fun and happenings with Habage, but we'll keep plugging away at some of these longer, bigger, more complex advancements and whittling down the remaining ones to get for our HCMC 100 challenge. Take care, everybody. Have a wonderful weekend. We'll see you next time. Bye now.